In different eras, many great people have appeared and disappeared in history. They were involved in battles, both won and lost, and stories of heroism and fear are an important part of our human narrative. To better understand what fear is, we will explore the views of a great Japanese warrior named Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi was a famous samurai from feudal Japan. He was a great warrior, but his unique view on fear gives us a deep insight into how a warrior deals with it. For Musashi, fear was not just fear, but also a lack of preparation and understanding. He saw that a true fear was one's inability to understand oneself. Musashi lived in turbulent times, where samurai were symbols of courage, honor, and discipline. They were always ready to face challenges, whether in politics, war, or in practicing their code of conduct. Every day could bring a threat to their honor, and the slightest mistake or confusion could be fatal. Facing fear, be it in the form of physical challenges or uncertainty, is part and parcel of a samurai's life. However, Musashi viewed fear as an opponent to be recognized and taught. He believed that fear may not be simply fear, but rather a lack of preparation and understanding. Musashi regarded every fight as a challenge, not only physically but also mentally. He believed that every failure was a lesson, and instead of avoiding it, he used it to grow stronger. This shows that courage is not the absence of fear but the ability to deal with it. However, Musashi's view of facing fear did not just stop at physical struggle. He understood that internal battles were also an important part of the journey to true courage. Musashi not only trained his body with sword arts, but also trained his mind through meditation and reflection. He understood that fear could come in many forms, such as anxiety, overconfidence, and anger, and that these were real challenges that needed to be faced. Through this practice, Musashi realized that fear was not just about overcoming external fears, but also about recognizing internal fears. He understood that fear is an opponent that exists within us, and by recognizing it, we can defeat it. In addition, Musashi also saw that fear can come in many different situations and forms. Fear does not always come in the form of physical combat, but also in the form of everyday challenges in our lives. He used his philosophy to deal with these fears in the same way as when he was on the battlefield. One of the main principles in Musashi's view of overcoming fear was through strategy. He believed that true strength was not in facing fears, but in preventing them by thinking several steps ahead. By planning and understanding the fears that may arise, one can reduce the fear of the unknown. Musashi also understood that true courage is not just about overcoming fear, but also about changing our perspective on challenges. He encourages us to accept that life is temporary, and by understanding this, we can face our fears with our heads held high. Musashi did not just stop at sword art in his journey to confront fear. He also explored art through painting and sculpture. These arts were a way for him to express his inner battle against fear. In essence, Musashi taught us that facing fear is a long journey that involves the body, mind, and soul. Fear is not something to be avoided, but something to be faced and solved. Only by facing fear, both in its physical and mental forms, can we achieve true courage.